Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to another DreamWorks review. Yep, another DreamWorks review. We're almost done. We're almost done with DreamWorks for now. Eventually, I'll go back and review some more movies, but I kind of want to take a break and move on to Disney in the future. Plus with the holidays kind of coming up, I kind of want to... Well, we've had Thanksgiving, and then right now, as recording this, it's now Black Friday. So we have that. So yeah, it's now that, but yeah, basically, yeah, I'm trying to get this wrapped up and all that, I'm actually working on the notes right now. So, that's in a process of being done, too. So I have something to say when I'm done with this, because, that's what I've done with the other studios, including the seasonal reviews I've done on, SpongeBob and all that. So, yeah. But if you guys haven't already, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. You guys can also follow me on Instagram/Threads, which I forgot to actually include in the video. I keep forgetting to do that. I mean, I'm saying it, but it keeps me from having to repeat myself every time in the video. Also you guys can follow me on X. And, for subscribers, make sure you guys are still subscribed, because YouTube's been having some problems with some stuff from what people have said in the past. And I am trying to get to 1K subs. So, I am working on a reward video for the 600 subs for you guys. So that'll be coming in the future. But for now, until that's done, we're gonna go ahead and, just focus on this video right now. And that is The Wild Robot. Yep, we're going to be reviewing The Wild Robot. So, 2024 has not been the kindest to DreamWorks. I mean, they had, a few movies that kind of been whatever. The first movie, that one wasn't, bad. But, it was still not, great, because, some of the competition, and all that was kind of... Or not competition, the back and forth stuff in the story, kind of, and the Araya in the Dark thing made everything kind of confusing. Then we had, 2 sequels, one of them being a very shitty sequel with wasted potential, and then, then we have, Kung Fu Panda 4, which, felt very unnecessary. It could have still been better if they, added, the characters and stuff in there and all that, but they kind of cut out a bunch of stuff and all that, so, yeah, there's that. And then, so we've had quite a few DreamWorks movies. Actually, it's ironic. Is this the first year we actually have had 4 in a year, too? Because I'm pretty sure before that we've only had, up to at least 3. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong with this, but I'm pretty sure this is the first time we've actually have had 4 of them in 1 year. But again, like I said, I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. But, I mean, to be fair, Megamind 2 was technically more of a TV movie for a show, but it still kind of counts as a, even if we don't like it, it still counts as a DreamWorks movie, So it's kind of ironic to kind of see that. But let's see how well this movie does compared to the other one. The other ones we've talked about so far of 2024. Well, it looks like things are looking pretty promising. Yes, looks like everything is promising. I have to say, this movie actually is quite surprisingly getting a good. Yes, we're going to be giving this one a good. And not just a good, but we're going to be giving this one, it's getting 120 points. Yep, a big fat 120 points. Yeah, this movie is basically, if you describe WALL-E from, WALL-E, basically WALL-E, from Pixar and all that, that's basically what this movie kind of is. It focuses on a single robot. She's a single robot. I forgot her name, but she's basically a single robot, and this movie does not really focus on actual humans hardly at all. I mean, with WALL-E, I guess they kind of did that, in the second half of the movie and all that. They kind of, focused on that, with that kind of movie. They focus more on the human side of things, where they've all been. Here, they focus more on the robot herself throughout the entire movie. And I really like her relationship and the fox, too. Ironically, though, the fox kind of has a similar snarky attitude and personality to a lot of modern characters, like male characters, even Zootopia. Like Zootopia, this fox literally has a very similar personality. It's very crazy. I don't think he's voiced by them. He sounds like he has a similar voice, but I think he's actually voiced by a different voice actor. But I mean, it would be actually ironic if he actually was voiced by the same person who voiced Nick from Zootopia. That'd be kind of funny. But yeah, he does have a very similar personality and all that. And this robot learns to communicate with the animals and all that, and it's basically open season as well, but it's actually good. Yeah, you guys know exactly how I felt about the open season movies. You guys know they were absolutely dog shit. They barely had much of a story. They were kind of just freaking stupid humor and all that. Here they kind of have a similar thing where this wild robot, she's different or acts different and doesn't fit very well in the animal world. But instead of making the animals all complete unlikable jackasses throughout the entire movie, like they do with open season, or trying to make the fox character annoying, or one of the characters annoying, like they do with Elliot in the sequels of open season, they actually make them, they make them unlikable, but they don't make them too unlikable where the, audience will hate them too, And I like that. I like that a lot. And I like seeing that this robot, she actually, takes care of this duck and raises this duck because, she raises this duck because, she accidentally killed his, family, which is really, really screwed up. I'm not gonna lie, that is very screwed up. But, the fact that, she's trying to make things right and all that, it's really nice. I really do like it a lot. I really do. But I really do like the concept. It's very interesting and all that. Yeah, the whole movie is pretty much just focusing on this. However, we do eventually get to see kind of how she ends up there and all. She's kind of like one of those Amazon droids in a way. I think it was. She delivers stuff. No, wait, she doesn't deliver stuff. I think does she scan wildlife? I can't remember what exactly she does. But she's basically that's kind of what she is and all that. She kind of, works with the humans and all that. Which the humans are barely in the movie at all. However, there is a twist villain in the movie, and somehow they even make the twist villain work. Yeah, they kind of throw her in there at the last minute, but... And you could say, well, they didn't really need a villain in the movie, but I think they actually made it work because she was sent there by the humans to bring the robot back. And it gives her a reason to kind of leave the animals so she doesn't get them harmed, because they would, have more of them show up. So, I feel like the twist villain actually works in this movie, and it doesn't feel like it was shoved in there at the last minute. It feels like they actually did something with it. For like movies like Turbo and all that, where they had a twist villain in there. It didn't work because he was thrown in there out of nowhere, and they don't really give you a reason to why he was bad or why he was randomly helping our main character out. Here they give you a good reason. Like she wants to be very controlling and all that, and the robot does not want that, and yeah, it's pretty interesting. But yeah, it's definitely a really good DreamWorks movie. It definitely makes up for the slop we've kind of had, this year, or I guess in this case 2024, because we're in 2025 now. We do have 2 more DreamWorks movies to review, 2 more of them, and then we are done. We are actually done with this. But yeah, I don't know if I have a lot to say about it. I'm trying to think what else I could say, about this movie. I guess I will say, I like the animation style. The animation style looks pretty good. Like, it kind of looks a little bit different. It doesn't look bad. I actually kind of like it. But yeah, I kind of do like the animation style. It's definitely got, something to it. I won't miss kind of, DreamWorks' 2D animation and all that, but I will say animation style, especially on the Fox, looks a little bit different than, other, movies. It's like they use a different art style or something, and I like that. It makes it, the animation look a little bit unique in a way, even if it's not, like 2D animation and all that, but yeah, like I said, this movie kind of does have a lot of things that I can look back on, like, of other reviews I've done. All that it does. And, even WALL-E. Like I said, WALL-E was the same way. WALL-E was, like, the only robot. He was on this random planet. And, I mean, with that, I guess it was all deserted and all that. And all of that. That's kind of what that was, but this one was kind of in a similar way, where she just functioned by herself. But I will say, I think I still like WALL-E better than this movie. But this movie is still really good. Like, saying WALL-E is better than this movie, that's not saying a lot. That's how good both of these movies are. They're both really good movies. They really are. And all that. They really are. It shows that DreamWorks can still make very good original movies. And all that. But I really don't have a lot to say about this movie. I really don't. So I'm probably going to go ahead and let things go from here. I know this review is very short, but I really don't have a lot to say, It's a really good movie and all that. It really is. Like I said, I'm not going to deny it isn't. It's a very good movie. But I feel like I've kind of said everything I have to say. So this review will be short. The last review will be long because, I think I'll have a lot more to say. Well, let's just say I'll have a lot more to say about the bad guys too. And also, I'll have all the stuff afterwards, but I do still have the one in the middle, too, I have to review. Also, I guess I can clarify this. I was gonna wait till afterwards. I might still do that and bring this up again, but apparently the B movie that I reviewed, apparently it's not the B movie. I guess I can say that in this video real quick. Yeah, somehow I got the freaking title card mixed up with a whole nother video. Like, I don't know what happened. I guess to be fair, I have been, stressed out in the last few years with things going on behind the scenes. So, maybe that's what happened. I'm not sure. I really don't know. I just know, that that's kind of something that kind of happened, and I don't know how it happened. I liked how the thumbnail turned out, but I'll have to go back through the videos and kind of figure out what happened there. So, I don't know. I'll figure that out later. I'm not gonna worry about it right now, but yeah, the B movie, apparently I messed something up somewhere, so I watched the movie and all. I know I did that, but I kind of have an estimate of when I did it, because it was in April when I reviewed the movie before it. I guess there would be the movie afterwards, but I wanted to do the movie before it because then I have a better estimate of kind of where it would be at. Because afterwards, I guess afterwards would still be like a month or like a week or something like that, and all that. But at that time too, I think I was also still reviewing two studios at a time as well, because I was reviewing Sony Picture Animation stuff too. So, yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and actually let the video go. But, yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. But I will bring that up probably towards the end, too, because I've had a lot of struggles with this. But anywho, I'm going to go ahead and let things go from here. See you all later. Dash L Rose, signing out.